Now that the rough opening is flashed, it's time to install the window. The first step in installing the window is we're going to add some shims to the sill. For our sill, because we have that sloped cedar, we're going to use a couple other pieces of that sloped cedar. We're going to turn around the other direction, and that's going to do two things for us. First, it's going to create a level platform for our window to sit on. It's going to support the jamb coming down, and then it's also going to help us center the window in the opening. If we have the window centered in the opening, we have the best opportunity to get equal insulation or air sealing around the interior side. After those cedar shims are sitting in place, we'll check them with the level to make sure that we like their location and make sure that the window is going to sit level in the opening. At this time, if we needed to make any adjustments, we could place shims underneath or on top of these pieces of cedar. Once we have them where we like them, we'll go ahead and use a couple pieces of the leftover tape and just tack those in place so that they don't shift when we're sliding the window into place from the outside. And once we have this second shim in place, we're ready to prep the window. As you can see, we're folding this nailing fin up. There's a couple different ways that a fin might ship to you. One, it would already be in this 90-degree orientation. Two, it could be integrated like this one, but needed to be folded up. Or three, sometimes they'll ship separately depending on the size of the window, or patio doors ship that way that you'd seat in a bead of sealant. Here we have it resting on a couple stacks of 2x4s. That way we can rotate and fold this flange out without having any worries. Now we're going to pick the window up and we'll do a temporary fit. And the reason for this temporary fit is we want to make sure that we know first that the window is going to fit. We'll get it centered in the opening with the help of an interior carpenter. And now we'll take and trace 3 sides of this opening around the fin. And the reason for tracing this is this gives me a clear point of where I want my sealant to go after I set the window back down. That way I'm avoiding putting my hands in sealant. I'm avoiding putting the window in and out in the wrong location. Now we'll set it down. And we'll get our sealant. We're going to apply a bead of silicone sealant to both sides and the top of this opening. We're not going to apply any to the bottom because we want to leave this sill open so the water finds its way in. It has a pathway to the outside. The silicone that we're using, we've checked. We make sure that it is approved by the manufacturer of both our substrate and our window. It's not required by all window manufacturers, but here we're just using it as a belt and suspenders approach. Now we're ready to place our window.
How you doing on your end?
I'm good. Okay. Now we can tack it in 2 places at the top corners, check it for level, plumb, and square. Now that we know the window is level, plumb, and square, it's time to finalize our fastening. Depending on manufacturer recommendations, it may be every hole or it may be every other. You need to check with the manufacturer and the instructions they've provided. On this particular unit, it's every opening. Now that we have our window securely fastened, it's level, plumb, and square, it's time to move on to final flashing.